Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to the very first episode of the Midcard Mafia podcast. I'm your host, Nate, and I'm joined by.
What's going on, everybody? It's Melvin, aka Melvin, aka Melvin. What's up?
And I'm also joined by.
That was great. What's up, y'all? It's Michael, aka Big Mike,
Hey.
aka Mike, aka Michael. You know, the people's champ. That's what it is. So
Let's go.
The people's champ, bro. Today, this is a very special episode because we're talking about all things WrestleMania. We're talking about what our favorite WrestleMania is. We're talking about how we even became a wrestling fan. And of course, we're going to talk about our predictions for WrestleMania 41 because that's coming up in just a little bit over a week now. As us recording this on April the 11th. And yeah, so let's just go ahead and jump right into it. So, Melvin, why don't you just kick us off and let us know how you became a wrestling fan?
Oh yeah, bro. Well, the first wrestler that I, obviously became just a big fan of was Dwayne the Rock Johnson. I still remember my uncle, who's only 5 years older than me. He was like a big brother to me. I would just like when I was 7, 8 years old, I would always sneak into his room when he would watch Monday Night Raw, and it was always like, it was during that time where it's WWE versus WCW, and The Rock and Stone Cold were absolutely blowing up. And I remember my mom used to be like, "No, mijo, don't go into that room. Like you you don't need to be watching all
I love
that."
when you mimic your mom. It's perfect.
But then, and mom, if you listen to this, I'm sorry. But my uncle and I, we would wrestle, and then every time we had big family functions or hangouts, because I come from a big family, we would all wrestle. And I was always the smallest one, so my go-to was always like doing the 619 to somebody's crouch, or I would do like one of these, like I was definitely a heel when I was 8 years
Yo.
8 years old. But I was actually talking to my wife Tori about the first WrestleMania I ever watched, and it was actually that WrestleMania where it was The Rock versus Stone Cold, bro, and it was just incredible. Like I was just locked in for life in that moment. And then the triple threat tag team match with the Hardys and Edge and Christian and the Dudleys. Oh my goodness! Like I still
Classic.
remember that like it was yesterday, and I was 8 and I was locked in for life. Then I took a break from it because we couldn't afford cable for a few years, and then I got back into it when John Cena started blowing up, and I think John Cena is the biggest reason why I like actually just fell in love with it forever. I know I think Mike might be similar to this too, but I'll just never forget him beating JBL in WrestleMania for that WWE title, bro, and it was so cool. Then I took a really really long break, like almost 10, 15 year break, so I missed everything between like you know the Shield popping up and the PG era, the COVID era. I missed all of that, and then like 3 years ago, Mike was like, "Yo, WrestleMania's in Dallas, and tickets are like $20," and I was like,
Miss those days.
how do you say no to that?"
Yeah.
you know. And so we go to that Mania, and holy moly, I got locked in, and now $10,000 later, and hours of watching and two WrestleManias and 3 to 5 different live events later, I'm here and I love it and I'm still watching it.
Oh, bro. That's fire. Mike,
Yep.
did you become a fan?
Yes. Well, I want to go ahead and just tell everybody watching, if you don't know, I'm the oldest one in this group.
Dunk. He's really young.
So,
He is Unc.
but man, I grew up to where I can only watch wrestling on like basic cable, and just because I didn't like we had the antenna, so you got to watch it every Friday night. I didn't get to watch Raw. I didn't watch the pay-per-views growing up. So back in the day before you had internet or anything, you had to wait until, especially if you didn't watch WrestleMania or any PLEs, what we know now, you had to wait until the show was starting to see what had happened before because I had no idea. There was no internet, nothing. Okay. And I just remember growing up in the era of DX and growing up in the WCW wars and the ECW era of life and just loving wrestling. And I remember I actually said this to the fellas today, but I attended my first ever WWE event in April of 2004 in Tulsa, where you had no cell phones. At least I didn't have a cell phone. I watched on and off growing up forever. Loved John Cena. John Cena is my guy, the GOAT. I mean, he is. I think that for a lot of people around my age and Melvin's age, John Cena is the man. And I would even say what got me liking John Cena was this dude who rap and he'd wear jerseys in every city he went to. And I truly believe this dude got stopped. This dude got stabbed by Carlito in a nightclub once. You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
bro.
Like it
Yes.
was his appendix. You
Yes.
know, you find it out
Yes.
later. But I was just so consumed. I loved it so much. I got into it as a kid. I was so crazy about wrestling. And I remember before I went to that show, I was telling all my friends at school I was going, they're like, try to get me an autograph from The Undertaker or Eddie Guerrero at the time or John Cena. I was like, bro, I'll try. But I nosebleed seats, you know what I'm saying? I was just lucky to be in the ring. And I watched a little bit on and off during the pandemic, you know. Obviously, I'm repping the Shield shirt, so I saw through the Shield era of wrestling. But I did take a break, like Melvin. You get to a certain age where you think you're too cool for wrestling when you're not. But my mom actually took wrestling away from me because John Cena lost. I freaked out. I got mad at my stepdad, and I did the most famous DX symbol you could ever do to someone that you
Yes.
probably shouldn't do to a parent.
Yes.
And my mom said wrestling's taken away, and so I
I love
stopped
it.
watching for a long time. But my kid has really gotten me into this because my son Noah loves WWE. So we're here. We're like fully in it, never going away. Love it.
For me, I didn't really grow up watching it because my dad was a big fan when he was a kid. I'm 20. I'm about to be 21, like a week actually. But when I was a kid,
Hey,
or my dad when he was a kid, he had all the action figures. I was telling them he had the thing where you slam your fist down on it and it launches them. And one time he was playing with his action figure, launched it into his face, and my grandma freaked out and she didn't let him watch it, and my mom knew that, and so she decided very early on, like, we're just not gonna let Nate watch wrestling because he's probably gonna injure himself and want to do the moves. And she's probably
or
right.
the
I
DX.
or like throw up,
Yeah.
the DX symbol. I probably would have like done like a DDT to my sister off the coffee table, and that probably wouldn't have been good. And so it's probably valid they didn't let me watch it when I was a kid, just with my personality. But I do remember watching a little bit with my grandpa when I'd go over to my grandparents' house, and I don't know how old I was. The only thing I really remember is Hornswoggle and Big Show being a tag
Hey.
team, and I was like, this is awesome. Like, I want to watch this. But we didn't have anything I could even really watch WWE on because we didn't have cable or anything like that. And so I didn't actually start becoming a fan until 2023 when I watched SummerSlam with my dad, and Melvin was there actually. But
Yeah.
I saw the only match I even really remember from that was Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso, and I didn't really understand what was going on. All I knew was that it was
Mm.
cinema, and I
Yes.
loved it. And so that night I watched like the 3-hour video on YouTube that was the full Bloodline story, and I fell in love. And so I just started
Yeah.
going back and watching the old WrestleManias, the old PLEs, everything, and I just became a fan right there. So I'm not as educated on as much as they are, but I feel like I know a lot of the big stuff just because I've gone back and watched so much because I just needed more. I would watch like Monday Night Raw and SmackDown that week, but I needed more, and so I was going back watching all the old stuff. And Stone Cold's my favorite of all time, and I wasn't even watching back then. I wasn't even born during his peak, so but yeah, that's how I became a fan. But before we talk about this WrestleMania, I think it'd be cool if we talked about what is our favorite WrestleMania of all time. Because I mean,
Ooh.
there's been a whole lot of them now, over 40 at this point, or almost about to be over. Melvin, what is your favorite WrestleMania of all time?
This is tough because I've made a plan to watch a couple this weekend. Because Mike gave a pretty hot take of his. Well, not. I don't think it was. I don't know if you said that was your favorite, Mike. You may have just said you just liked it. But I need to watch 31. Is that what
Mhm.
it was? I'm gonna
Yep.
try to watch 31 this weekend. But the one that this is just hard because there's the nostalgia of WrestleMania 18, the one that I told you guys, the very first one I watched, because I can still remember so many of those matches so vividly. Um, 21 is up there for me too. When Cena won that WWE title, when Batista won the heavyweight title, that one was good. But I don't know. WrestleMania 40 was insane. And I know it was just last year, but I think the X factor for me for this is the fact that me and Mike got to go to it in person, and I think that's what made it like kind of just up there. And we're never gonna see someone. Well, that's it's crazy because we're still really young. WWE's gonna keep growing. It's gonna keep blowing up. There's all these young guys that are coming out of nowhere where I'm like, man, these guys are gonna be stars. But it's really hard to think if anyone's ever gonna be as big as Roman Reigns and The Rock, man. Like that tag match on night one against Cody and Seth, and then night two with the freaking end game Avengers.
Avengers,
Oh my
Like,
bro.
gosh, bro.
A
I just
cinema.
I just don't know if we're gonna ever see anything like that again, or for a while. I hope so because I love wrestling. And the bloodline's gonna freaking keep going. I mean, they keep having babies left and right, and hopefully Noah and Kaya, me and Mike's sons, are in
Mhm.
WWE too, so we can go for free. But um,
Mhm.
Mike, I forgot to tell you, Kaya walked like when we were watching a walkouts and Randy Orton was walking. Bro, it was so funny. Me and Tori were like on our phone and we look up and Kaya was walking super slow just like Randy.
No
And it was
way.
so funny, bro.
That's awesome.
And so my son's only 17 months old and I think he's already just wrapped in that WWE. He's gonna love it.
When they get older, it's even better.
Yep. So I'm gonna go with 40 just for now.
Yeah.
Just because going to it in person. Um, the one thing Mike knows is the one thing I hated, bro, about 40 was Gunther losing to Sami Zayn. That made me so mad. You can
That.
ask Mike. I wanted to go home after that. He's like, "No, bro,
Mhm.
we still got main event. We still got the tag team match." And I'm like, "Bro, no, dude lost." Like, gosh, because I'm a big Gunther fan, and I think they're doing him dirty with this match against Jay, honestly. And we'll probably talk more about that when we
Yeah.
do predictions. But I would say 40.
Fire, bro.
Yeah.
Mike, what about you, bro?
My favorite one I've ever attended, 40. Um, I do like WrestleMania 31. Um, Even though out of the Shield members, Roman's my favorite. You have the heist of the century with Seth, which was incredible. That was a great WrestleMania. Um, but there's another one. I was actually honestly just like looking up one that like I remember in my mind as a kid, and it was WrestleMania 20. And I know his name is unsaid, but this is when Eddie defended against Kurt and Chris Benoit won the same night. And they're in the ring and confetti is just falling. And you have John Cena who goes against the Big Show for the United States Championship. And I just remember being a kid and seeing that moment. And like I said, I get the Chris Benoit stuff, but that was like I'll never forget being a kid and seeing both of them in the ring together with that confetti falling and them just like that moment was so real. And I don't uphold or like anything Chris Benoit did, but that memory, like that moment was special in wrestling. And I just hate what it came out to be. But I will say 40 was heat. I mean, 40, I think, honestly, is what brought wrestling back to the top of sports entertainment. Um,
Yeah.
31 is one of my favorites. If I had to choose between 31 or 40, I think I would choose 31 just because of the roots that 31 is planted in the Roman and Seth feud that is to this day continuing. Talk about long-term storytelling right there. So
That's fire.
Yes.
also you had John Cena defending the United States of America from Rusev, who was acting like a mean German guy who hated America. so
I
yo,
remember that.
it's so
I
silly.
remember that,
Yeah,
bro. I
Oh
forgot about that.
man,
And that's
yeah.
31.
31, yes,
I'm
bro.
excited. I'm gonna watch it
fire.
tomorrow. I'm gonna watch it
You have
tomorrow.
Bray
Kind of.
Wyatt and The Undertaker as well.
Dude, so is that the one before you share yours, Nate? Is that the one that because is Sting in it or not?
Sting's in it. Yep.
I
Sting versus
still
Triple H.
and then I guess the next one was the one they wanted it to be Sting and Taker, but then Sting got hurt, right?
Mhm.
Didn't he get
I,
injured?
I
Dang,
believe
bro.
so. We're obviously going to have people that fact check this stuff. It won't be me,
Yeah. It'll
but
be Nate.
it'll be Nate. This is also Nate took too long to get on the call, so for us unks, it's like 3 hours past our bedtime.
That's
So
true.
Yeah,
That
it
is true.
really is.
yep.
But yeah. Uh 30 wait, is 31 the one where Randy Orton hit that crazy RKO too where
Yes,
he
so Seth
jumped
went
up
to
in the air?
stomping.
That was
Yeah.
oh yeah. That's I've seen that clip. That's a crazy. I think that's the greatest RKO of all time.
You would tell you the worst thing about 31?
What?
No
What?
lie, this is how good of a show it was. The worst thing about 31 was the fact that it was on the West Coast and it wasn't dark. So you
Oh
have
yeah.
Bray Wyatt and The Undertaker wrestling and it's daylight. Could you imagine if that was in an arena? Like just stuff like that. And that Sting and Triple H, like you end up having DX and you have NWO come out. And so like the nostalgia of that, like it is just it's an awesome WrestleMania. Nate, go watch it. Melvin, I know you're going to watch it this weekend.
I need to watch the full
Yeah.
thing.
It's going to be so good. Me
That
and Noah just watched it because he asked, "What's your favorite WrestleMania?" I said, "Bro, let's watch 31. It's heat."
that's fire, bro.
So,
For me, I'm going with 40 as well. Uh, Mostly because it's the only WrestleMania that I've watched like live, I guess. Well, I watched night 1 live. Night 2, I had to watch a couple hours later because I was at church. And had to silence my phone. I remember I put my phone on D&D. I didn't check it. I wanted to, get on Instagram and scroll reels so bad, but I withheld and I got home and it was pretty late when I got home. It was like 10 p.m. And I think at that point it had just ended. It was like 10 or 11. I don't remember what time it was, but it had just ended. And I was on Peacock refreshing for no joke 45 minutes because the broadcast hadn't
Oh
come
my
on yet.
god.
And I was
That
like
sounds
about to
awesome.
crash out. I was getting so mad. I was refreshing, and it finally popped up. I got on it and I started watching. And I think I woke up my whole house when Priest cashed in because I was so excited.
there you
Uh,
go.
I had chills. I hit a backflip off our couch. And then my roommates all woke up and then watched the rest of the WrestleMania with me, and that was pretty lit. We got to see Cody Rhodes finally beat Roman Reigns, even though I wasn't happy about that. I think he's got zero aura. He really just is a paper champion, and I was not ready for Roman Reigns to go out like that. But it is what it is. But yeah, 40 is my favorite because it's the only one that I've really truly seen, and I mean it was just cinema anyways. You got the like Avengers
Yep.
Endgame, everybody coming out, uh, like Melvin was saying. But I mean, really, I liked pretty much all the matches on that. I didn't really have any complaints. I was actually happy that Sami Zayn beat Gunther. I didn't think it was gonna happen, but I'm a Sami Zayn fan because of the bloodline. Uh, and I'm not really as big of a fan of him anymore because he just got kind of stale. But at that time, I really liked him, and I was happy to see like an underdog story. Um, but yeah, I like 40 the best for me personally. But just on the same WrestleMania track, let's talk about what we think is gonna happen at this WrestleMania. WrestleMania 41,
Holy.
and I'm about to pull up the
Yeah,
Yeah,
we need a
card.
match card.
All right, I say we just start off going down these matches one by
and
one.
there's still some that are being added probably the next
Yep.
2 shows.
Yeah, true, very true. I'm gonna start with what we know is happening first, and so obviously we've got Damian Priest versus Drew McIntyre. Uh, Melvin, who do you got in versus Drew McIntyre? Are you even a fan of either one of those guys? Who do you think?
Oh, I love both of them, bro. They're both workhorses for the company, and so I think we're gonna get a really good match. In that, I haven't. They're they could have started their promos a little bit later. I think they started building that match a little too early, and so I'm not really looking forward to it as I would other matches. But man, I'm sad of the lack of gimmick matches in this Mania. I think that's what would change it if some of these matches would have some gimmicks. Like I would love to see a Drew and Damien in a steel cage, bro.
That'd be
Would
fire.
be
Mhm.
That would
so
be
tight.
fire. That'd
Or
be
even
fire.
like or even in like an Extreme Rules of TLC, both of them have done it before. Both of them have been excellent in it. For this one though, I may go Drew. Uh, and then Drew attacking whoever wins that heavyweight title to set up something for SummerSlam. I'm gonna go with that.
Good prediction.
Yep.
Good prediction. I agree with you on the gimmick thing. It'd be crazy if they were in a no holds barred, something like that. Like that would have been absolutely crazy. Mike, what do you think? Who do you think's winning that?
Yeah, I want to, like Melvin said, I like both of these guys. I actually think that Damian wins this simply
Mm,
because I think they're trying to push him. I will say, I don't really, I get lost in the story of this. Like, you got eliminated at Rumble, and now it's, a thing. There was better storylines for Drew um, leading up to Mania. I mean, I get that like you had him and Punk at Hell in a Cell, that's to end there, but why cut the Seth Rollins? Like that could have been a
exactly.
heat. Like, and I get it. Like like Punk. I mean, like it's just there could have been other things, in my opinion, for Drew to do. But I think they'll probably give this one to Damien. They'll tip the hat there. I will say, I think this is dark horse for possibly could be match of the night in a
Hmm.
technicality and
Yep.
aspect because both of these dudes are insane with their
Yes.
craft. So, but I'll give it to Damien.
I like that. For me,
I also, real quick,
oh,
sorry to interrupt, but I also think that Drew is really good playing this company like screws me over card,
Yes.
and I think they're going to continue with that. He will, and so that's why I think Damien still like gets it.
yeah, I can see that for sure. Uh, for me, honestly, I'm probably gonna go. You actually kind of swayed me a little bit because I would have said Drew, but I can see them letting Damian win just so he can keep that. I'm getting screwed over, and then maybe set up some type of feud for a title shot. But also I think honestly I think that Priest is gonna win. Uh, but I want Drew to win because I just want to see my boy get a dub. I love him. Like I want to see him get this
Yeah.
dub. The only thing about
When's
this
the last time
match,
he's won?
exactly. Like he's just been taking L after L. He can't like he
I feel
really
like he's just
can't
been
take another
losing.
L. He can't take
That's
another
Last
why.
one.
WrestleMania,
That's literally why I'm leaning on the win for
Yeah,
him.
that's
yeah.
I'm
I
about to look it up.
yeah I don't know.
But
That's so
but here's the thing: if he loses the crash out, I'm telling you, that is
yeah.
a peak
It's
TV
Yeah,
right there.
he's
Like you have, to me,
it's
you
so
have a better story with him losing than winning.
it's
you're
so
not
true.
wrong,
He
but
would crush it.
the only thing
Hard,
the
bro.
only thing about this match is I just hope he doesn't spam claymores because I mean it's a sick
Yeah.
finisher, but he just spams it too much sometimes. Like in that match at the last WrestleMania, it was a claymore every 3 seconds, and it was like, bro, stop, bro. Like we get it,
LTX,
we get
LTX,
it. But
LTX.
I hope that
That's
Drew
so
wins,
funny.
but I think Priest is probably gonna catch the dub on
That's
this
so
one.
funny, bro. I wasn't
Uh,
ready for you to
Real quick
spam
too.
more.
All right, for those watching, whenever you watch this, like I said, this is night one of this. We're figuring a lot of things out.
yes.
But Melvin, I'm about to have a seizure watching JD so geek back there behind you, bro. I tried to
The
be
background.
discreet and text it to y'all.
Oh
Is this
my
better?
gosh.
Is this better?
No, yeah, this better. Yeah, keep
Oh,
me in the
Look at it.
Thunderdome, baby.
Look at
Oh,
it.
the
AEW
Thunderdome,
right
bro.
now.
That's sick.
I watched that WrestleMania, and that one had who was it? Kevin Owens and Randy. That was a heat match. Bro. I think that's who it was. Can't remember.
I haven't seen that one, so I don't know. I don't know.
That was, that one was a good one.
But all right, next match we got Rey Mysterio versus El Grande Americano. But before we can even talk about this match, we got to talk about the elephant in the room. Is El Grande Americano Chad Gable? Is that him?
Did you find the video or not?
I can't find it, but I know that it was on, what is that, Raw? It was on Raw like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and Gable's cutting a promo, and it was the night that El Grande Americano attacked somebody or something, because El Grande Americano was seen walking out with security behind Gable. I'm not making this up. It wasn't April Fool's Day. Like it wasn't a prank. This really happened on Raw, and that doesn't mean that he's not El Grande Americano, but I don't know. I don't know.
I want
Maybe,
to
I don't
start
know,
off
bro.
by saying
I don't
every
know how
time
it's
I
not
hear
him.
that, I think of Starbucks. This dude's got a coffee name for the restaurant.
Guys,
Grande.
I hope it is Chad Gable, because remember when he used to do that stupid thing when he'd go, "Thank you."
Oh yeah.
I want him to beat Rey Mysterio and go, "Gracias." That'd be so
That would
funny.
be awesome.
That'd be so funny,
That would be
bro.
awesome.
I'm going to be honest with y'all about this match, okay?
Do it,
I
because
have
I didn't
very
know it
few
was gonna be a
words.
match until 2 days ago.
This will be one of those matches where I will be in the kitchen refueling on food or drinks, getting
It's
some
like
more
the
Diet
tag
Dr.
team ladder
Pepper.
match last year, bro. That's what you did.
That's what I did at WrestleMania. Literally, I told Melvin, I said, I ain't watching this. I'm going to go get something, like
That's funny, bro.
some chicken tenders. It was a Philly cheesesteak, actually, because we were in the city of brotherly love.
Wait,
But
is it night 1 or night 2 though?
I have no idea.
If it's night 2, you're gonna be sitting in my couch on my lap.
This does not move any type of interest for me. I mean, it's a match filler. This will be a
Yeah.
5 to 10 minute match. This will be Rey Mysterio. Okay, they're not going to have Rey Mysterio lose this. I mean, he's the greatest luchador of all time. How ironic would it be if Rey Mysterio lost? But Rey Mysterio is who I picked.
It would be so funny, bro. I
They're
think
going to
Ray's
unmask
I think
him,
Ray's
and it's
gonna
going to
win
be
too.
someone else.
I think Ray's gonna win too, but it would be so funny, bro, if Grande Americano
No,
wins.
no need to
It
spend
would
a
be
lot of
funny.
time on this.
There's just no
It's going to
way.
be one of those. It's going to be something stupid where you're going to have the Creed brothers and LWO interfere
Yeah.
somehow, but Rey Mysterio, we're done with this match. I'm annoyed that this is a WrestleMania match. I'm just being dead honest with you.
Yeah.
What a waste.
I agree on that. Melvin, what do you think? He's
It
got
is.
El Grande Americano behind him, bro. That's
I'm just
Gable,
gonna
bro. That's him. Look at the veins on his biceps, bro. That's the same veins.
I'm
Like,
with
this
you,
is
Mike.
him.
It's gonna be Ray, but bro, it would be so funny. It
Yeah,
would be so funny if he wins, like
yeah.
truthfully.
Yeah.
It would be so funny.
No, I'm in the same boat. I think Ray's winning, but I think it's gonna be the end of this stupid character at WrestleMania. I think he's gonna try to unmask Ray, and then Ray unmasks him that match, or one of the stupid LWO guys comes up there and says,
The thing that I don't understand, and this is a different match, but they moved him off of Penta so fast, like so fast. It's like why? Why did they do all this for him to go learn the greatest luchador? It was involved with Penta, and then it's like you're no longer involved with this in Penta because Penta just blew up. So I get it, but now it's like, well, what do we do? Let's just put him with other luchadors. It's lazy writing to me. disappointing. I get not everything's gonna be great, but
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I think yeah, Penta just doesn't even need. He was good. Penta was winning that if he went against El. Doesn't even need the win anymore. Be in the IC match and it'd be fire. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
For sure. But yeah, I think we're on
yeah.
agreement. Like Ray's winning that. I think it's gonna. I think and hope it's gonna be the end of the character. Because I don't care about El. It's a funny gimmick for now, but I don't want to keep this after Wrestle.
mhm. I
AJ
love that the
Styles.
crowd was
Oh,
chanting, "You're Gable," and they're like,
Oh
"No, he's
yeah,
not." That
yeah,
was great, but yeah,
yeah,
we can.
yeah. We can be done with him after Mania. AJ Styles versus Logan Paul.
I think it's gonna be fire, bro.
There will be fire.
Be
I
a good
think it's gonna
match.
be fire.
Again, I lean into I don't get the storyline.
Yeah.
Um, it's just putting two superstars in WrestleMania against each other. Um, man, Logan Paul's he lost that SummerSlam. It's hard for me to like. He hasn't won really anything. I think
Since he
Logan
was
Paul
champ.
wins this. Yep, it'll be a great match.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a fire match. I think Logan's gonna win. Um, and I think this is AJ's last hurrah in WWE too. So
Yeah,
that's my hot take. I think this is his like last match.
yeah.
He'll be WWE's too stacked, bro. There's nothing
Mhm.
he could be used for right now. Sadly,
Yeah.
let
He's
him go back to
older. He's
TNA
been
and take
hurt.
over.
Yep.
Agreed on that. I think Logan's getting the dub. I mean, I'm a big Logan Paul fan. I guess Logan's one of the first wrestlers that I actually ever watched because I watched him on YouTube before he was even in the WWE. Kind of controversial, but
Put his heat.
hey, I mean, he made some fire vlogs back in the day, except that one that we all know. Yep.
Bro,
But
I don't know why this is in Vegas.
crickets
It's
is
in
crazy.
Vegas, bro. Why did we not get Bad Bunny versus Logan Paul? Like that would have been more moneymaker than anything that Logan's
Yeah,
ever done.
that's
Mhm.
Tell me I'm
facts.
wrong, bro. That
No,
would have
you're
been
not wrong. That would
fire.
have been a heat match. Bad Bunny's fire.
I think the reason why is because I don't think Logan has the ability to do what like Priest did with Bad Bunny and how like Priest protected him. I
Yeah,
think Logan in
that's
moments
true.
still when they pair him with these superstars that have been in it for so long, they're still making sure that it's doing breaking his neck doing something.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm
He
not a
got some ring
wrestler,
generals with him.
but exactly like he's not a ring general yet.
That's
So
fair.
That's a pretty good point.
That's fair. I'm a big Logan fan though. I think out of all the stuff that I've seen him do, wrestling's one of the things that he's better at. I mean, he really is a natural.
he's
He's got a
good.
ton of talent. I hope he wins, honestly, because I'm not a big AJ Styles fan. Just to be honest with you, I get he was good like 10 years ago. He was super dope. But I mean, his whole entire gimmick for me is that he's from Georgia and he's Southern and he just not cool, bro. Like he's just not cool. Like he's just
That is the
not cool
gimmick.
anymore. He's just from the South, and it just doesn't hit anymore, bro. Uh,
Oh
but
man.
yeah, I hope Logan gets the dub. And I hate the stupid hand thing, bro. Like it's just I
No,
hate that he
No,
does
no,
that.
no,
The
no.
phenomenal one.
The stupid thing is the
yeah,
hood.
the
Oh yeah,
hood.
the hood. When
Tori literally rages when he does that. She's like, "Can Billy Ray Cyrus get off the screen?"
Billy Ray Cyrus is crazy,
He
bro.
just rages,
He's
bro.
Oh,
spot
that's
on
so
though.
funny, bro. Ooh. LA Knight versus Jacob Fatu for the US title.
Oh,
That's
heat love.
another Mike. That's another one that could be MVP
Yeah, yeah.
match. Oh
This
my
was cool to
gosh.
show. Is it night one or night two? Do we know?
I have no
I
idea.
hope it's night two because I want to watch
Yeah,
it live.
Yeah.
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 I mean, this is going to
I won't
be
be able to watch night one until after everyone watches
yeah.
it.
That's
So
all of
please
us.
don't text me.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go Fatu. It's time.
Go.
Yeah.
I like
LA don't
that.
need it as much as I like LA Nine. He's right there on my wall. Kid loves him.
He doesn't need a title.
He don't. Fatu,
He's
that
so
would just
over
put him
without it.
over. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
Fatu. That as well. I mean, he's the best out of everybody that they added for the bloodline stuff. I mean, he's just I would love to see him.
Jacob Fatu is what they were hoping Solo Sikoa would have been years ago, but he wasn't.
Yeah.
He
So
can.
could you imagine if they started with Fatu first?
They should have.
Solo?
I still think Solo's gonna have. I think he's still gonna be fine. He'll be mid
Yep.
Carter. I don't know if he'll make that main event scene.
Yep.
Unfortunately,
He just doesn't
but
have the mic ability nor the in-ring talent that
yeah,
Fatu has. Fatu has aura, and like Solo, he was a good enforcer, but outside of that, like you get bored with
bro,
it.
he
Yeah.
should have stayed an enforcer because he really was great at just doing that.
Yep. Oh, I rewatched 40, and whenever he spiked Cody, and he was telling like they did the spear and spike together, and he's like pin him, and like he was just great in that like role. And when I rewatched 40 the other night with Noah, I was just thinking to myself, man, you kind of miss him in that light. Like him trying to be the guy, it misses. It just it's Mike, you know. So
Yeah,
Yeah, I think Solo's honestly pretty funny too. He can't cut like a really good promo, but he was funny. Like in some of those old Bloodline promos, when especially with Sami Zayn, he would say something and then you see Solo try not to bust out laughing. That was really funny to me. Just
mhm.
some of those promos, like he was really great in the Bloodline, but when he put on that stupid red weekend suit and they put on those fingerless gloves and started walking
oh,
around like
bro.
he owned it, like bro, he was just like, bro, you're nowhere near Roman Reigns. It's just not working, bro. Wasn't
Nope.
working. And yeah, I think we're all going Jacob Fatu on that one for sure. It's time for him to get that title. And I mean LA Knight's fire without it, bro. He does, like Melvin was
Yeah,
saying. Oh,
The only
so
thing, let me
good.
say this real quick. Okay. The only way I can see him not winning is if Solo gets involved and costs Fatu to set up a Fatu Solo feud. I could see that happening and LA retaining in that sense. But LA, I don't think beats him straight up. Simply because look how the WWE's made Fatu look so OP with what he's done to Braun Strowman and like all this stuff. How he's literally gone through tables and then instantly gets back up. Like they make him appear so OP. And so I can see Solo interfering somehow to try to help cost the match. Fatu and Solo then feud. I could see WWE doing that to give Solo a story. So, but I still think Fatu is the winner.
I can see that for sure. That's a good. Jade Cargill versus Naomi.
Cargill next.
Yeah, yeah, no facts. Yeah. Uh,
Jade's gonna win. I hope someone comes out, bro. The women's division's been quiet, so
like a
I
return.
hope, yeah, I hope we either see a return or someone new. I think this is the perfect time to bring someone in. Maybe not that match, but I hope in general we
Yeah,
get
I get
like a
that.
girl
My
come in.
question was going to be though for who that match do you bring in that makes sense? So,
Yeah,
I think
but it's like
Bianca comes out in that match.
no,
Oh,
she's no,
I don't think she's
she won't
interfering.
be involved at all. No, no, no.
Yeah, I mean Jade's winning that. All right, next one. Got Braun Breaker versus Penta versus Dominic Mysterio versus Finn Balor in a fatal four way for the Intercontinental title. Who's
this is
getting
gonna be
pinned? Who's
interesting.
winning?
Ooh,
All right, who's getting pinned versus who's winning? I can tell you who I think's going to win, and I think it would be brilliant if Dirty Dom wins the Intercontinental Championship
finally, yeah,
and pins Finn Balor.
Yes,
yeah,
bro. That would be so
This
sick.
yeah.
cinema, that would be, bro. And here's the thing. I actually saw this on a tweet or an X, whatever you want to call them. But Dom has not won or pinned Penta, Braun, or Finn, but those three have pinned or won against everyone else. Dom's the only one that hasn't done it. he's lost against every one of those dudes. Obviously, he hasn't gone against Finn, but at WrestleMania it happens.
Dude, that'd
Like
be
that.
sick. I like that too. So does
And that's
that
gonna
mean? Does that mean? Because then a lot of stuff opens up right here. Does
100%.
that
You have a
mean
good story to go right here.
does Finn and AJ get back together?
I think what happens is that you see the Judgment Day split.
Finally
Because
dissolve?
you're gonna finally, it doesn't need to be a thing anymore. You
Yeah.
kind of see teasing like that each week to begin with, the tension building up. I wouldn't even be shocked if Liv interferes somehow and costs Finn. Because I think Liv doesn't want, like, to me, there's a world in this where Liv doesn't want Finn to be the head, but wants Dom to be the head. And so she cost Finn a chance to win this. Dom wins it. I could see something like that happen. But this match would be great. I mean, Braun Breaker's just going to spear the daylights out of everyone. Poor
Thanks.
Carlito. That dude is still recovering. But
Bro,
I
I
have Dirty
think
Dom.
yeah, I think Dom's winning too. And yeah, I think it makes sense for him to pin Finn. And like you're saying, like kind of like in those promos, they've been beefing because Finn's trying to take kind of the head and stuff, and Liv's like, yo, we're the ones with the gold. If Dirty Dom gets gold, then kind of just cooked at that point. Doesn't make sense for him to solve and stuff. Uh, Judgment Day just hasn't been good since our truth facts. Time
Yep.
for that to solve. So I like that. I'm gonna agree with Mike. I wasn't really sure on that, but nah, that's what I'm hoping for. That's what I'm gonna go with. Is Mike's. Melvin, you in the same boat or you got different?
I'm going Dom, but here's a crazy thing. People really think it's gonna be Penta. Like there's like the betting and stuff, they think it's Penta, which is crazy.
I just think it's too early
Too
to do
early,
that.
yeah. Too early. Way
Way
too
too
early.
early.
I just don't see him keeping it. Like he wouldn't have it for long if he won it. Wouldn't let him keep it. That doesn't make sense for him to win. But next match got Time versus Charlotte Flair for the women's title. That's gonna be
I'm excited for that one. The beef has been hilarious,
bro.
bro.
That last, oh my gosh, that last
Every
promo that
time.
was crazy. That was actually wild.
Melvin, I'll let you start off. Who you think's going to win?
I hope Tiffy destroys Charlotte, bro. Charlotte does not need to win that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if the beef is real or they're really good at how do you say it?
Kayfabe,
Whatever.
kayfabe.
Um, because I go back to that Charlotte and Rhea fight, bro. It was amazing. And so
Amazing.
like I think there's potential for it to be really, really good or really, really stale.
Yep.
I just hope Charlotte doesn't pull like something her dad would do, and just like I don't want this kid to outshine me and bury
Mhm.
me. I really just generally hope it's a good match, but I want Tiffany. I want Tiffy to win,
Yeah.
bro. Tiffy time. I think
Yeah.
there's more stories with her too that can open up after Mania as well.
Here's my hot take. Charlotte.
Mm,
I think Charlotte wins this match. And I was thinking today, after we talked about like we were going to go through these, why bring Charlotte back to not put a strap on her? Number one. Number
true.
two, what does she offer you if she's not the champion?
Yeah.
Okay. Number three, she is not going to put Tiffy over at all.
Yep.
And
I'm
I
scared of
think they're
man.
going to play really, really heavy into the heel champion of Charlotte. And so to me, where there's sometimes like, they say any publicity is good publicity. If Charlotte wins, people are going to be mad. They're going to be mad that Tiffy lost. Okay. But people are going to watch and they're going to talk about it. And guess what? That's exactly what the WWE wants. I think honestly, if Tiffy wins, what do you do next for her? Like, what do you do through Backlash and through SummerSlam? Like, where do you go from
Yeah.
there with her? If Charlotte wins, you have through Backlash, possibly even SummerSlam, of a story
Because
that continues.
we got to remember, Asuka's supposed to be back really soon too.
Hmm.
I don't remember if I read if she was like already ready to come back, or she's probably coming back to one of those summer PLEs. But I do know she's coming back soon, and so
Yeah.
that opens up some matches right there for two. When are they gonna like start letting Dakota Kai go crazy, bro? I think her injury cooked her, bro.
I think it cooked her confidence too. You see her in the
Yeah.
ring, and she just doesn't seem very,
Yep.
you know, just from a spectator view. Um, but I think Charlotte wins this. I really do, and I think it's going to be an acrobatic, fantastic match. Both
Yeah,
are great gymnasts.
facts. I think yeah, I'm gonna go with Charlotte. Well, I think that I don't think it's kayfabe. I think they broke it, that promo. Like I really think that was real. Talking about the divorce stuff with Andrade. I think they really don't like each other. I think it's gonna be I think it's like a lot of that's probably gonna be real. Them going at it, and I think Charlotte's gonna win it. And I wouldn't be surprised if they had another match later down the road, maybe at SummerSlam potentially. It probably keeps the title and stuff. I think it's gonna be really. People want to see, you know, to get the belt back eventually.
Mhm.
Whenever Charlotte goes kind of run her course in the whole. I think it's real beef. Obviously some of it is cinema, but I think a lot of that is real, and they just don't like each other. Um, and she's probably like, "Yeah, I'm the better blonde superstar. I got more aura than you." Gonna see that in this match. Um, but yeah, I'm going Charlotte winning that one. Ooh, here we go. This is gonna be a controversial. We're gonna have some hot takes on this probably. We'll see, but Gunther versus Jey Uso. Gunther versus Jey Uso. Who's winning? And what do you even think about this match? Melvin, you can give us your thoughts
I
first.
think it's I think it's disrespect to both of them. I'm not even just saying for like it really is like if you're gonna win a Royal Rumble, it should be a main event.
Yeah.
But then also like I just can't see Gunther losing, bro. Here's why I can't see him lose a second WrestleMania in a row if they want to keep him like as who he is. I think a loss would kind of cook him. I just don't know. I also wish that was a gimmick match too. Gimmick match too. I think that would be the match where there's blood though. I think that's where we'll see some blood. Kind of like a payback. I don't want Jimmy to interfere and win it. Like what I'm saying. Like there's like just different things like that.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about it yet. Uh, yeah, I don't. I'm still in the middle. I got to
Yeah.
see what SmackDown is like tomorrow, honestly,
Yeah.
or Raw is like on Monday. Both of them.
I try to, when I think of predictions, I think what goes in it to me is what is WWE currently doing with these characters and their development.
Mm,
And because of this, I think Jey Uso wins simply because of look at how they're writing him right now in the
yep.
sense of like he boosting this confidence. He has this confidence going on, like I'm not scared of you no more, type deal. But on the other side, I can see Gunther winning this because he is the ring general, like he is like this brute force, and it's hard for me to see this happening. Um, I think they wasted who won Money in the Bank and they wasted who won the Royal Rumble. And it is disappointing that to me, the Yeet slogan probably had a lot to do with this. I mean, he's hot. The fans love him. They love him. I love him. I mean, oh, Yeet, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fun. It's a blast to do. to main event WrestleMania, just not yet, you know.
Yeah.
But I think if I had to pick, you know, I'd probably say Gunther. But I do think Jay could win it. I could see this is 50-50 to me, to be honest with you.
Yeah. I'm going Gunther as well on this one. Honestly, I'm not excited for this match. Just to be honest with you, I've already seen this match and Jey Uso lost, and I don't
The third
really.
time.
Oh, it's the third time.
Yeah.
I just don't really
He's gonna
care,
last.
to be honest with you. If he didn't win it last time, I wanted him to win it in the last title shot that he had, and he didn't. Um, and so I mean, I just don't see why he's gonna get it this time, to be honest. Because like, what happens if Jey Uso does win this? Gunther disappears for again, and then comes back and just wins it back. Like, I don't want to see that again. I like Jey Uso. I like Gunther, but I don't think Jey Uso wins
Their
this,
Money
to
in
be
the Bank
honest.
win would be sick though. If he did lose and then he got the Money in the
That's
Bank,
true. That'd be
that
sick.
that would revive the whatever this character they've been making of him because he was better with the Intercontinental title
Hmm.
than this heavyweight one. So
True. That's fair. Yeah, I think Gunther probably wins this one. Um I think it's probably gonna be a good match, honestly, like wrestling wise. Like they're both great in the ring. There's probably gonna be some
So
interference.
he ain't got no deep bag, bro.
I mean, I like his
Love him to
splash, bro.
death.
I like his
you're
splash.
you're talking about Drew spamming his claymores. Jay's gonna be spamming Yeet
Bro.
I
and
like the splash though,
Kick.
bro. I like his
Go
spam.
rewatch Jimmy and Jay WrestleMania 40. It was super kick, super kick,
That's
super
true.
kick,
That is
super
true. I
kick.
do remember that.
My goodness gracious, bro.
Yeah. No, that's fair. That is true. I like his finisher, his splash, bro. I like that he spams it. I like the whole Yi gimmick. It's kind of brain rot, and I'm Gen Z brain
Yeah.
rotted, so that's probably why I like him. But yeah,
I
I
love
honestly
him.
think Gunther wins it. I don't think they're gonna let him lose it.
Listen, I say all this to say that my kid loves Jey Uso. He's in T-ball. He got to second base. He's up there and he's yeeting on second base.
Let's
I
go.
mean, so
Goat, bro.
I'm glad
Goat.
that's gonna be a night one match, so I don't have to hear him cry if Jay loses.
Yeah,
I
that's
just got to.
uh
Love you, Noah.
next match. Io Sky versus Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. Triple threat for the women's world title.
I
Who's
think this
winning
match is
that?
gonna be fire, bro.
Oh yeah.
I think it's gonna be fire. I would love for Bianca to win. I think it'd be great. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Bianca. I mean, I can't. It's been a while. It's been what 2 years since she's had the
Yep.
title now. It's due. Sets up a pretty good summer feud with Rhea. Maybe we get that match in SummerSlam. I don't know. I was hoping we were gonna get that match in WrestleMania finally, but I could see it as a SummerSlam match for sure, though.
I think for me, EO wins this. I think Rhea takes a break for most of the summer after Mania. Um, but I just right now, once again, what I think and consider when I pick matches, look at how strong they've written Bianca and Rhea. EO's the forgotten one.
Mm.
I think she wins this match.
I'm going Bianca on this one just mostly because she won the chamber. Um I think and it's been a while. Like what she had it at SummerSlam in 2023. Is that the last time she had it going into SummerSlam? Or was Charlotte Flair the? I don't remember who it was. That's when Io Sky cashed in that SummerSlam and got it. But
Mm-hmm.
that's Bianca had it in that SummerSlam going into it.
I think so. Yeah.
That's what I think. I thought that's what I thought. Yeah, it's been 2 years. I think she wins it. I don't see Io Sky getting it again. I don't really see Rio winning it back. Wait, Io Sky has it right now, right? Yeah, Io Sky has
Mhm.
it. Yeah, she doesn't. There's no way she keeps it, bro. She shouldn't even. I don't understand why she even won it in that match. To be honest, going into it.
Bro, that match was so good though.
Yeah, but
That
like,
that was like that was one of the best Raw main events with two girls I think I've seen in a really
I
long
agree.
time.
It's just I'm surprised she won it. I really didn't think that she was gonna go into WrestleMania holding it. That was a shocker. I mean, that's probably why it was good, honestly, but that was a surprise for me. I don't think she
You know what
keeps
I
it.
wish that they would have probably done with this instead of having a triple threat is so Bianca Belair had this championship, in 2023, summer 2023. That's that triple threat match that was Asuka, Charlotte Flair, and Bianca. Okay, at SummerSlam. She won, and then Io Sky cashed in Money in the Bank. So Bianca was only a champion for like a minute.
Mm-hmm.
They should have ran the route of that cash in and Bianca to me versus let's add Rhea Ripley to have Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania. It's just a better story.
That's fair. That's a
But
good point.
say all that to say, Scott.
I can see. I guess I can see this guy winning it, but I really just hope that Bianca wins. I'd rather see her be the champ than Io. I don't really like Io Sky's character that much.
I agree.
She's a good
And I,
wrestler though.
Just because
great
you,
wrestler. But the issue is I go back the same thing, like if Io Sky's champion, what do you do with her?
Yeah.
So if Bianca's champion, you could run the Jade Cargill route. You can run the Naomi route.
nope.
There's already two more routes that I could see versus Io Sky. Just damage control all over again, and what's going to happen? We'll lose to Bailey.
Yeah, facts. I do like Io Sky's song though. I'm not gonna lie. Her song is
it's
fire.
tough.
When that thing
Yep.
hits, bro, it is a bop. Ooh,
Yeah, that's pretty heat.
let's see. Okay, here we go. The big match. We got the triple threat of Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. Same question as the other one. Who's getting pinned? Who's pinning who? Melvin.
First of all, that match is also going to be heat. That's
Yeah.
going to be your 1 hour match for sure. I don't know,
No one
bro.
wants to say who's behind them. That's his boy.
I want to say CM Punk. I really do. He's my daddy.
Here's my question:
Crap.
does CM Punk lose his first main event WrestleMania match?
Ah.
I don't
He
know,
better
man.
not if they disrespected Jey Uso by taking away his main event after winning the Rumble. Better win it.
Well, because this is gonna be cinematic, bro. Because all of the possibilities that can happen in this match is crazy, bro. Like a possible Paul Heyman taking Seth Rollins side. Like there's just so many things that can happen in this match.
Yeah.
That would be
How about the heist of the century right there?
Mm-hmm.
Can I say I'm not a fan of how they use the favor. What I thought was gonna happen up until the stupid favor being the main event was I thought I would have said CM Punk wins by pinning Seth Rollins. And what I thought was gonna happen is, CM Punk is on the ground, he's not in the ring. Roman Reigns hits a spear on Seth Rollins. They're about to pin him. And then Paul Heyman drags him, stops him from pinning as the favor, turns to CM Punk. Roman Reigns gets knocked out the ring, can't get back in because he's arguing with Paul Heyman, and then CM Punk comes out of nowhere, pins Seth Rollins because he's just laying on the ground. That's what I thought was gonna happen, and the favor would have. That's way better than whatever they've wrote. I can tell you that right now. Whatever they've wrote for this match, that's the story they should have gone with. I still am hoping for the Paul Heyman turn. I don't see Roman Reigns getting pinned. I don't see him getting pinned in this match.
He's not getting pinned.
It's
That ain't
CM Punk
happening.
pinning Seth.
It's
I don't
either
know how we
Punk's or
get there. I don't know how
Yep.
we get there, but I hope a Paul Heyman turn is involved because Roman Reigns doesn't need Paul Heyman anymore. He's good, and Paul Heyman back with CM Punk like the old days would be sick, and I'd like to see where that goes. But yeah,
Yep.
I'm going to CM Punk winning this. pinning Seth Rollins, and hopefully Paul Heyman's gonna turn and go with CM Punk, even though he's not the favorite.
The deeper story is, you're right, Nate. Roman does not need Paul. He did, coming off the Brock Lesnar feud where it was, he was the big dog. His yard now wasn't really good on the mic, didn't have really aura. People booed him. It was just spear after Superman punch. Had no in-ring presence like he does now. And Paul's developed him into that. Just like the little things. Cutting a promo without a mic. Walking out of the ring. Yelling in the camera. That is aura, bro. And he is the best in the business at this. And the best storyline that you have moving forward with Roman Reigns is one where it's ultimate betrayal to him.
Yep.
And that means Paul leaves him. And I'll tip my cap to our boy Dax. I think he is correct. I think Paul leaves with Seth. And I think Punk, if Seth pins Punk, one of them two is getting pinned.
Yeah.
Roman ain't getting pinned. Roman ain't winning. So it'll be Seth or CM Punk. Who it is, I do not know. But for Paul Heyman to leave with Seth, Seth wins to me.
That'd be crazy.
But the CM Punk Seth Rollins feud, oh my goodness, is going to feed generations.
Yes. Because this is going to be.
It already feels real that they don't like each other. And it's going to be, long term storytelling. Look at what happened at War Games when he came back. And how Seth Rollins reacted so strongly.
It's so bad,
it's
bro.
going to be incredible to see this. But Roman, you're going to see him come off of like losing and that betrayal, the heist of the century twice, probably losing the wise man, and he is going to be crazy. Like I think he'll manipulate. They'll run that route to where he'll like manipulate like people to like be in his favor. I wouldn't be shocked if you see Jay go back over there. I think there are endless possibilities, but it all has to do with Roman losing. He is not winning this match.
And losing Paul Heyman.
Yep. And I'm a Roman guy. Right now, he is my favorite wrestler. But he's not winning this match. And it's the best for the business. It's the best for the story.
Yep.
But between Seth and CM Punk, if I had to pick one, I'd probably say Seth Rollins.
But as always, Roman, Seth, and CM Punk carrying the freaking load, bro. That's probably why it's the main event.
Yeah.
Cena and Cody's gonna feed families too. I know we're about to talk about that as well, but like, I'm excited to hear what y'all are gonna say about that because what's next there? If what's next for either like is Cena gonna win and disappear and only fight 2 more times, right? Or the thing with Cody, but yeah, I think best business would be Seth Rollins winning, become the ultimate heel right now, bro.
Yeah.
Ooh, bro, that'd be so good.
So
That'd be
good.
so good.
I love Crash Out Rollins, bro.
I do
Ooh,
too.
fire,
That
bro.
double stomp to Roman's head. I mean, like
That was sick.
Dude,
that
that felt
insane.
real.
It
He
did.
tried to kill him.
Yeah.
I remember me, Nate, and Jalen and Kyle. We just literally were like, what
Why?
just happened, bro?
Why did he do that, bro?
We were so shook.
That was awesome.
Golly.
Before we get to Cody match, we're talking about one that's under the radar. What's Randy Orton do? If it's Nick Aldis, I'm gonna be so mad.
Oh yeah, I
I'm gonna be
forgot
so
about
mad.
that.
I'm gonna crash
I
out
do
if it's
not.
Nick Aldis.
I'm gonna be so mad too. I hope they give Randy like what they did with Seth. They're like, hey, just go out there, open match, and someone goes and challenges Randy. Who could it be? I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have
As
no
of
idea.
right now, I think tomorrow we'll learn more via post on X. From what I saw, I think it was PW Insider tweeted today that there's going to be more like info. But if it's Nick Aldis, dude, just don't.
That's just for the meta fans, bro. Like
the guys. I hope they don't freaking do the Street Profits dirty and don't put their
Oh,
match
no,
in
they're not a
WrestleMania.
WrestleMania match.
Oh my gosh.
Yep.
Those dudes have been those are the also like the underrated workhorses, bro. They've done so much.
Yep.
I wish they could get their chance.
There could be, for all we know, because of when we're filming this, there could be more matches added. As of now, this is just all we got.
Yeah,
But
Because Liv and Raquel don't have a match yet too, right?
not
That's gonna
confirmed.
they're for
well,
sure gonna
they
get a
have the
Mania match.
gauntlet. They have the gauntlet this
Gotcha.
tomorrow.
Okay, and so that'll be a Mania match probably.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense.
It will be.
Because how do you? To me, Liv Morgan's the biggest girl superstar in WWE right now. It'd be
I'm
so
shocked they already
ridiculously
gave up on her
dumb.
title run. Like, and put her with Raquel and put a tag. I just don't like it.
But also, she's another girl that just she doesn't really need it right now. She's so over
Yeah,
already.
true.
She's like what she's gaining is like the fame outside of WWE, bro. Like I don't remember who I was. Nate, who was it? Someone we were talking about it, and someone's like, "I know who Liv Morgan is," and we're like,
I don't remember.
"You don't even watch WWE." Clint,
Oh
Clint knew
yeah,
who
yeah,
Liv
yeah,
Oh
Morgan
yeah.
my
was,
goodness.
and he's like, "I heard about who that was," and I was just like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, she was like popped up in the podcast," and so like. No, it wasn't Clint. It was Hunter Mitchell. It was
Oh
in the
my gosh.
Discord. It was Hunter
No
Mitchell. He heard it on
way.
the podcast. And so shout out
Shout
Hunter. I
out
know he's
Hunter
gonna watch
Mitchell.
this.
Yeah, there you go.
I know he's gonna watch this.
Goat, bro.
Wait,
Yeah,
can we go over who we hopes is a surprise before Cena and Cody?
I don't even
Because
really know.
surely Stone Cold comes out, right? They got to give him a bag.
I hope he's there, bro. That's my guy. That's my favorite. I really hope
Like,
he's
I mean,
there.
Like, is The Rock gonna be there? Is Travis
yeah,
Scott gonna be
100%.
there?
Obviously,
The Rock,
Travis
yeah.
Scott's gonna be there with The Rock or something. I mean,
They have to be there.
Travis Scott has the song that is the WrestleMania song. He's gonna be there. Scene is like the theme song.
Triple H announced that the Weekend one is officially the song. By the way,
What?
today, yeah, he posted it on his
I thought it was
Instagram.
Fiend.
No, it's the Weekend song.
Bruh.
Dude, we can making money off WWE.
He posted it. He said, for the
He did
sixth
post it.
time ever, for the first time ever, 6 times in a row, the Weekend. Like, bro, I bet the Weekend never talked to Triple H before. Nah, he definitely has. 1000%.
He's probably taking a picture of where Triple H is hitting that pose he always hits, and he's pointing at the Weekend. And
Yeah, Rock will be there. Outside of that, I couldn't tell you. No idea.
yeah, I have no idea. The Rock
I just
definitely
want
be
to
there.
be surprised.
I hope Travis Scott's there. Because it was funny whenever he actually like legitimately smacked the mess out of Cody Rhodes.
Bro.
Like I think
I mean,
nobody told him that you're not supposed to like fully hit him. He just he fully smacked him. And
He almost hurt the guy.
yeah, I'm surprised he didn't bust his eardrum, bro. Like I'm surprised he can still hear out his ear.
I think he did bust his eardrum.
Did he really? I wouldn't be
That
surprised.
was reports.
I
There's
wouldn't
our
be
man right there. Bless you.
Thank you.
All right, let's talk about it. The biggest match of WrestleMania. Cody Rhodes versus John Cena. Maybe not the best match, but definitely the most important, I'd say.
I trust Cena that he trained for this. I think he's gonna take it serious, bro. I think it's gonna be awesome. I really do.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be
There's
great.
there's no way he has one more WrestleMania match and he just Hulk Hogan's it, like poking the Rock.
I think it's going to be a heat match. I do. You know, what you cannot see from this angle is my shelf full of John Cena toys. And as a John Cena fan, grew up John Cena fan. I mean, y'all know how hard I crashed out when this happened.
Let me tell you, he did. 30 texts, 30 notifications about how stupid it was that he turned heel.
And then he said, "This is gonna be the worst WrestleMania of all time."
Triple H has no idea what he's doing.
Bookmark it. I mean, my kid is chanting John Cena sucks. I mean, it's
One
painful
eight.
for me. Because I've
What's
never
your
booed John
background, bro?
Cena. Never booed John. Just the fact that he's doing it over and over again is just
It's just- I don't like the way he's looking at me, bro.
He just wants us
like
to
he's
acknowledge.
looking down on Nate hard right now.
Yeah, he's looking, staring at me.
Nate, you're about to
If
get
I'm
if you're
about to,
listening to this, if you're just
punished.
listening to this in the audio, I have Roman Reigns spamming the Superman punch.
he's like the part where he loads it up.
But, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, he's been loading it up for 2 minutes now, so to be the strongest Superman punch ever.
Yes, bro.
Cody Rhodes wins this match. And I know the group text disagrees with me. I'm the minority of
The
this.
world disagrees with you.
I do not see how John Cena wins this. What do they do if he wins? Does he disappear? Does
I
he
don't
retire
know.
the belt? Does he?
No.
Why would he be champion for a couple more months through SummerSlam and then lose it? Like, I want John Cena to win. I do. But there's not a world where Gunther wins and Cena wins. And because I think Gunther wins, I think Cody wins. And once again, look how the WWE's protected Cody in all this, which we do have the SmackDown before Mania. Cena's going to be on it, and he may get cooked, Cody. Okay. But as of now,
I gotta record that. Just
I do
remember.
not see Cody Rhodes losing this match. I just
Yeah.
don't.
I would
He's the
agree.
golden boy of WWE right now. He is,
Unfortunately.
I'm sick of
he,
that, man.
he is a paper champ. I have a soft spot in my heart for Cody Rhodes now because it's my kid's favorite wrestler. This is Noah's John Cena. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm looking at a picture right now on the same shelf of me, Cody Rhodes, and Noah at SmackDown in Memphis. So I respect and admiration that he took time to do that for my kid. But
If
it's
you're
a paper
listening on the
trail.
audio, Mike's crying right now, y'all.
He's got a tear in his eye thinking about
Wipe
that
the
moment.
tears.
Oh man.
I
Yeah,
want my boy Cena to win it, but it's just not going to happen. And I think also that this opens up a deeper story for who the third person is that The Rock has. So
who do you think that
I've talked to a buddy at church who thinks it's Jey Uso.
I've heard that too.
But could you imagine if Jey Uso loses, crashes out, joins The Rock, and it's just heel Jey Uso? I'd be nuts.
That'd be awesome.
That would be absolutely wild.
It'd be fire, I
What
think.
what I mean, what if that's why he didn't get the main event? What if like it's
Yeah.
just setting him up to like
Crash out about
to
it.
be an insane heel. And we and
Yeah.
then we get Happy Gunther smiling.
So him
He's been
smiling,
smiling, bro. When he beat up
wearing
Mizawa.
wearing the red
He's like, I'm Gunther,
tie,
ring general.
walking to the ring after he just killed Jimmy Uso, you know what I'm saying? Just smiling up there. That
Bro, it's
dude is,
because the ketchup.
I mean, they're writing Gunther really good right now to me.
Yeah.
So, which is why I think he keeps. But unless y'all can disagree, which I know y'all disagree, so
I do.
I'm willing to hear y'all's side of this point.
Here's the thing. I can see it honestly both ways. And I think this one's more of a 50-50 for me than Jey Uso versus Gunther. I think that John Cena's gonna win it because I think that or something that I think would be cool. I don't know if they would do this, but I hope that he wins it. Then he's saying he's gonna try to retire the belt or whatever. I think it'd be cool if he tried. And then since like Randy Orton isn't really doing anything right now, for him to basically play a face in that and be like, no, we're gonna. I think Orton versus John Cena would be a cool match to see before John Cena retires.
Well, that's the next step, no matter who wins.
Yeah,
Orton.
yeah.
So,
And
or it's Punk,
Uh,
Punk and Cody, or Orton and Cody.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
yeah, I think Cena's gonna win it though. I think that the reason why they're preserving Cody and all of this is because he's just gonna get the belt back at SummerSlam.
Exactly.
And what's gonna happen is Cena is gonna basically go through repentance and he's gonna realize what he's done and he's gonna start apologizing to the universe.
He's the prodigal.
Yes, he's gonna
Prodigal,
he's gonna be the
yes.
prodigal son. He's gonna come back home as a face
Plug.
and go out.
Oh my
He's
God,
gonna
that's
go
funny.
out as a face. He's gonna lose, and I think when he loses, The Rock's gonna be there, the bad guys, and then Cody Rhodes is gonna stick out his hand, and then he's gonna take that and basically be like, I'm a good guy again. What was I doing? And pass the belt on, in a good way, and then go out as a good guy because he retires as a face. He doesn't retire as a heel. There's no way. But I think that the reason I can see Cody maybe winning is because there'd be two heels as the champs, unless Gunther turns into a face, somehow. I don't know, which is I probably not happening. So like
I don't think
I
it's
don't
ever
know.
gonna happen.
I don't know. But I mean, maybe they just have two heels as champs and it just works
Well,
because it's John Cena and Gunther and they're both just very over and good at it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah. So Mike's 100% Cody. You're 50-50. I'm gonna go 100% Cena. Here's why I'm gonna take Mike's page of the book. I just think it makes Cody's story better if he loses. It brings him back to that place of he has to fight for it, he has to win it. I think it'd be so dope if Cena brought back the spinning belt. That would
that would
make
be
WWE so.
awesome. That would be
Mike,
awesome.
you would freaking go after that spinner belt if it's at Walmart. If it's back, you're getting it. Like it's all over every event. Those things are gonna sell like wildfire again. And then that's just Cody's comeback story to just win it in the SummerSlam. But the other day I was reading this thing. I don't mean to make it super spiritual, what I'm saying? Just kidding. But like truly passing the torch means Johnson needs to hold the flame a little bit longer, to make that factor a little bit better. You get more money if Cena wins and then Cena just loses it in SummerSlam. It's just the truth. You just get more money, you get more eyes, and then everybody's going to be paying attention to WWE for the summer. Traditionally, the summer is when wrestling goes like this. Nobody's paying attention to it. No one's watching it because they're paying attention to other things. They're going on their breaks, their vacations. They're doing their own thing. Having Cena win keeps people's eyes on it. I don't know if he's going to actually be around, but it builds up different stories, possibility to happen in that. And then it's the shock factor. A lot of people are expecting Cody to win. And just like me, I really do. I think he's gonna win too, but I just think it'd be so much better if just Cena would win, bro. It'd be so cool. Like it's it's a business move. Like Netflix there's a reason why Netflix invested all this money in WWE. Like people are paying attention to it. And having someone like Cena who is his last time doing wrestling. He's a Hollywood star. It's almost like there's just dollar signs all over it. You know what I mean? And I don't think Cody loses aura. Like if he loses, I genuinely don't think he loses aura. I just don't.
Can't lose or if
I
you don't
think.
have it.
But here's the thing, Mike. I can't with this guy. This guy, don't
Let,
disrespect
let-
his.
let me say this real quick. Let me say this real quick. I think Cody is much better as the one chasing the belt than the one holding it.
Yeah,
Like
That's
him and the
facts.
Roman thing was like, yeah, I know Roman carried a lot of that, but Cody was the most interesting when he was playing like the American dream, like this is my dad's. But where he messes up is that it's what he still plays. It's the
yep,
same card. It's got to be something different now.
yeah. And then another thing, I don't think it ends clean. It's not going to end
Oh
clean.
no.
And that's why I think Cena's going to win. That's what's going to make all the hate. It's the ultimate heel right there. It's going to be a lot of hate on him, The Rock, whatever the third guy ends up being. It just builds up something good for that next run for Cody to get it back. And then honestly, it's just him slaying giants all over again. The Roman Reigns slay was insane. The Seth Rollins one before that was insane, and just getting Cena under his belt, that's just so much better. You
Yeah,
just want it back from the GOAT, And
facts.
so that's what I'm going with. I hope it'd be dope.
Cena better
We're
win,
all gonna
bro.
be watching it
I want a
together.
good, I want a good Mania, bro.
And here's the
I
thing:
do.
they said Ric Flair
I want
gonna be
Noah
there.
to turn too.
They said Ric Flair is gonna be there. I think they're gonna play into the whole record-breaking thing with Ric Flair being in attendance. Like he's somehow gonna be like, I hope he does like a 5-knuckle shuffle to Ric Flair. I hope he drags that old man out into the ring and hits it on him, bro. That would be
What is wrong
awesome.
with you?
That would be awesome, bro.
What is
You know
Uh,
why? If John Cena wins, I think Noah will crash out. My son.
really?
I mean, he is anti John Cena right now. Literally, every time you hear the John Cena sucks.
Well, it's been a great episode. We got to hear who we think is going to be winning these WrestleMania matches. We heard Mike, say that he thinks that Triple H has dropped the ball and he's on this WrestleMania, and I can't wait to watch him eat that comment because it's just not true. Triple H has got us. I'm go.
Bookmark
And
it.
yeah, bookmark it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Cena's gonna win, bro.
We might get to see. We'll update y'all if we see, Mike's son Noah crash out whenever we all watch WrestleMania Night 2 together and Cena wins it, and he starts crying and crashing out. And we'll let y'all know if that happens. And we're also gonna let y'all know what happens on the Raw after Mania that Monday. We'll have an episode out talking about what we got right, what we got wrong, what surprised us, and what we think's gonna happen next. So until then, this has been the Midcard Mafia. Remember, we might be mid, but we got that main event mentality. You know what I'm saying? And so we're going to see you guys the next one. Peace out.